You're watching the Lady Raiders' 30th anniversary of a national championship.
Sponsored by Carpet Tech.
Coach, our next interview is someone I think Lubbock is very familiar with, a Brownfield native, Sheryl Swoopes. To get a player like that on your team, how impactful was that?
Well, I think she was the best player of her generation. You know, it's funny, after she graduated, people would ask me all the time, do we have the next Sheryl Swoopes yet? And my comment was always, you know, they're not standing on every street corner. There's not very many of them out there. She was amazing, and she was really not only a great player, but she really understood involving her teammates. And I think the combination of all those players around her and the talent that Sheryl brought to the floor was a combination that allowed them to be national champions.
And what she did post the national championship was even better. We get to dive right into your conversation with her right now.
Tell us a little bit about your thoughts just 30 years later.
Oh my gosh, it was kind of a blur, right, to be honest with you. I think being there, none of us really knew what to expect, right? So many people were like, this Texas Tech team, who is that? Why are they here? Where are they from? As far as us as a team, just being focused on why we were there, what we were there for, regardless of everything that was going on around us and the people that were saying, you know, we wouldn't win, because I don't think there was ever a moment, from the staff to the players, I don't think there was ever a moment that we didn't believe we would win at all.
Gino Auriemma would always say, when he had Taurasi and they were winning all those championships, he would look at cameras and he would say, the reason we're going to win, and the difference in my team and yours, is I have Diana Taurasi. And Marsha Sharp felt like the reason we're going to win and you're not is because we have Sheryl Swoopes.
Well, I'm glad you felt that way, Coach.
Oh my gosh.
I'm glad you never said that to me like that, though. Extra pressure.
Yeah. So just talk for a minute about the feelings and thoughts you had when we came back to Lubbock, when we got to the stadium.
Ooh, you know, I've done some incredible things. I've been very blessed to have done some, you know, great things in my life and career, but one that stands out in my mind and is at the top of my list is coming back home. I remember coming down the tunnel and they opened the sunroof, so now our heads are out. But before we even got in the tunnel, we could hear the noise. And it was like, is that for us? There's a football game going on. Yeah. And when we finally turned the corner and got on the field, and to see, I don't even know what the number, but to see the entire stadium packed at, I don't know, what was it, 7, 8 o'clock at night?
Yes, they've been there for a long time.
Yeah, to celebrate us. And that was one of the most special moments that I've ever been a part of.
Talk a little bit about the Olympic experience, particularly '96, and the fact that the WNBA was born out of that, and what that did for women's basketball.
You know, the '96 Olympic team, we had 2 goals. The first was obviously to win a gold medal, because anything less than that is considered failure. And the second was we have an opportunity to show the world how great women's basketball is. And we knew that so many people were watching us, and if there was ever going to be a chance of having a women's professional league, it was all on our shoulders. So it wasn't just about going out and performing and playing well and, you know, winning a gold medal, but I remember at the time, David Stern, and God rest his soul, and Val Ackerman, you know, I had a conversation with them, and it was about, we want a women's professional league here. But a lot of people had questions about how good would it be, would people come out and watch? And I truly believe, because of the performance we had in '96 and how competitive we were and how great we were, that's the reason why we have a WNBA today.
And who were the first ones that went to the WNBA side? You?
Myself and Rebecca Lobo.
Yeah.
So people talk all the time. They're like, well, who was first? And I said, I was first. I signed my contract before Rebecca signed hers.
So first one.
The very first one.
The journey just continued. You played on the Sydney and then the Greece
yeah.
Olympics, right?
Yeah.
Won 3 gold medals.
Yeah.
Yeah. and then have been doing a lot of ambassador stuff for all sports, women's basketball, doing a lot with Nike since then, right?
Yeah, it's been, you know, sports is my life, right? Growing up playing ball since I was 7, little dribblers, and so I think so many times we as athletes get so caught up in the moment that we tend to forget, like, what's next, like after sports.
Yeah.
But I knew that I wanted to stay involved and be able to give back to the sport that's done so much for me in my life. So, you know, being the first female athlete to have a signature shoe with Nike, and now for me to be in a place where I can actually work for Nike and still be a part of making a difference in sports. My passion has always been helping girls and women and figuring out how to make a difference in their lives. So being able to have my Sheryl Swoopes camps and doing mentoring for these young women is like, that holds a very special place in my heart, because that's what you were for me growing up. And I think I said this to you before. You were more than a coach to me. Like you have always been I'll say this fast because I'll cry, but you've always been like a mother figure to me. And for me not to have my mom around but still have that relationship with you, it makes this moment just that much more special.
An absolutely incredible conversation to see what she did and just her opinion on it, but also what she did years after that.
Well, she's been an amazing ambassador for the sport. You know, she was on those Olympic teams early, 3 of them, won gold medals. You know, we've had an opportunity to really watch that all along from Lubbock and have a great view of what that was all about for her. I think people really loved her as a player. They really loved watching how smooth she was and how she handled herself on the court. I mean, you never saw her yell at an official or do any of those kinds of things, and she kind of captured America, really. You know, I said before, I think she's one of the greatest ones to ever play it, and I was really, really blessed to be able to coach her.
And speaking of the future and the example that she set for years to come, coming up, we're going to talk to someone who's continuing that legacy 30 years later. A really good conversation you had with head coach Krista Gerlich. We'll have that conversation coming up next.